Hello again. Welcome back to Natter and Chatter with me, Nettie Landis, where I share some of my fondest memories and give you a glimpse into my life here in Landis Valley. So today I am in the study of my home, and this is where I catch up on my correspondence, or sometimes I may paint in here by the light from the window. My favorite place to read is on the porch of our home, but if the weather does not permit me to be outside, I may come in here instead and read a book. So I have spent many pleasant evenings in here with my papa in companionable silence as he reads a newspaper, I read a novel, my mama does her patching in the next room. And although I have read many books in this room, one of my favorite things to read and revisit is this. This is my Forget-Me-Not album, and this is a collection of short poems and messages from family and friends over the years, and it just always puts a smile on my face to flip back through these pages and recall past schoolmates and pieces of advice given to me out of love. So I have a few of my favorites that I'm going to share with you today. This first one is from a past schoolmate of mine. Charms strike the sight, but merits win the soul. Your schoolmate, Delilah H. Burkholder. Learn to know, Brother Lad. Lad is our family's nickname for Henry, and this piece of advice actually sums up his approach to life quite succinctly. He is always writing to me from where he lives in New York with book recommendations or suggestions for hobbies that I should pursue, or describing in great detail whatever new avocation that he is pursuing. So learn to know is quite fitting for Henry. The virtues of modesty, candor, and truth in woman exceeds all the beauty of youth. Your mother, 1887. So my mama wrote that when I was 8 years old, but I still strive to live by this piece of advice. I think it is so important that a woman value her character above her appearance. This one is very sweet. Remember me, dear Nettie, when on these lines you look. Remember it was Annie that wrote this in your book. Your schoolmate, Annie L. Landis, November 29, 1888. This last one, though, is my personal favorite. Desire not to live long, but to live well. Father, December 1884. So my papa wrote that when I was 5 years old, and that is the piece of advice that has perhaps impacted me the most, because I have always struggled with ill health ever since I was a young girl, particularly ailments in my lungs, but I've always been determined to not let that hinder me. My goal in life is to live with purpose and joy and gratitude, no matter how many years that I am here. So Papa's words have just been an encouragement to me on days when I have felt sick or weak, because they remind me that a meaningful life is not one that is measured in length, but in depth. So thank you once again for listening to me natter and chatter about some of my favorite pieces of advice that I have been given. In the words of my father, live well today and every day. Until next time.